Ah, the good old budget bike, the workhorse, the winter hack, the bulletproof year-round warrior. As budget bikes go, they don't come much better or more budget than Kawasaki's ER6f. Play your cards right, and owning a budget bike could cost you less per month than a cheap mobile phone contract. But the foundation is something to do with what I'm going to call the value curve of the motorcycle. While the value of a car has an aggressive and relatively linear value drop over its lifetime, motorcycles are often quite different. So on the chart here we have time in years on the x-axis and we have value in pounds on the y-axis. Now the trick with any budget bike purchase isn't necessarily to do with the price that you pay for the bike, but it's more to do with your price in and out of ownership, with the brunt of the depreciation paid for by previous owners. Now case in point, my GSX-R 750 may not be considered a budget bike, but 2.5 years ago I paid £5,000 for that motorcycle. Now 2.5 years later and 7,000 miles, the current market value for that motorcycle is 4.5 grand. That's a lot of smiles for 500 quid or £17 per month. Now our ER6 fits that bill exactly, although it's going to offer you a lower entry point and it could even depreciate less over a couple of year period. And when thinking about your next budget bike, think about reliability. Think about parts availability, think about a really well distributed bike. Don't think you're going to own some piece of Italian exotica on the cheap. You know what, it's just not going to happen. So, having saddled up with your mule of choice, what can you expect? Any budget bike proposition is going to be circa 10 years old. That means there won't be any of the rider tech that we get on today's latest models. There's no TFT, no ABS, no electronics, no rider modes, no self-cancelling indicators, just good, honest motorcycling. Luckily for the budget biker, the majority of steps forward have been in the electronics and emissions area. The engine of our ER6f is largely unchanged for the current Ninja 650, although the spec sheet says that our ER6 is a few horsepower more powerful. Newer models have obviously had chassis and suspension tweaks here and there, but broadly speaking, the ER6 is still a great do-it-all bike. Famous with riding schools and dispatch riders the world over, the ER6 has been proven bulletproof, still smiling after a daily kick in the teeth. The ER6 is agile, it's dead easy to manage and all too capable to get a hustle on should you want to. Its 71 horsepower engine enough to engage most road-going riders and a really great choice for riders ditching their L plates. Fitting a sticky set of tyres on the ER6f will ensure that you can ride shoulder to shoulder with any new bike in the same bracket. In fact, they even adapt these bikes to race as superlights at the TT. While we're talking about budget bikes, it also makes sense to talk about the value of the gear that you use too. Choosing products like the Urban Pro are going to provide your year-round protection. So in the summer, just use it on its own, and then in the winter and wet conditions, stick a couple of jumpers on and a waterproof jacket like this, and all of a sudden you've got a 365-day solution that's not cost you the earth, nor has it filled up your wardrobe either. And the same goes for your glove choice too. Our Covert Mark III is a 365-day waterproof glove that's going to take you right through the year. Of course, there are downsides to a budget bike. It is not the latest, nor is it the greatest. It doesn't have the latest tech, and its looks aren't going to be the most modern. You probably won't have the same admiration on a bike meet as you would have on the latest 2020 model. Buying houses and starting families are realities in life that are going to get in the way of anybody's two-wheel dreams. But I implore you, stay in the game with a great budget bike, because there are many a hidden gem. You see, with a budget bike, you haven't got to worry about manufacturer warranties, PCP future values and strict official service schedules, nor a monthly direct debit, the amount of miles that you're doing. This is your horse, and as long as she's fed and watered, she is ready for adventure. And as a result, winter riding isn't the same concern anymore. The mileage isn't, nor is keeping the bike immaculate all of the time. Want to try something new on the ER6? No worries, you just go ahead and do it. You want to stick some TKC 70s on it and ride a trail? Why not?
But at the end of the day, it boils down to two really important questions. Can you own a great bike like this ER6 and have it cost you virtually nothing? Yes, you can. And secondly, can you experience all that's great about motorcycling, the freedom, the excitement, the great roads that we have, and of course a great community too? Absolutely.